Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of football inside the college football world. In today's bonus segment, I'll be sharing which following coaches I do believe are on the hot seat for the 2024 college football season. So, I do believe that these three names are on the hot seat for the 2024 college football season at the Division One collegiate level this year in college football. Starting off with head coach number one is Brian Napier, head coach for the Florida Gators. Now, when Dan Mullen was fired by the Florida Gators, when the program and Dan Mullen departed ways and went their own separate directions a few years ago, Brian Napier was the guy that was supposed to save this Florida Gators program and get the program back on track and get them to be a competitive team out in a loaded SEC conference. That hasn't really been the case because Brian Napier hasn't been the guy that all Florida Gators fans have thought he was going to be. I mean, when Brian Napier came to Florida, he had 33 wins, 5 losses at Louisiana in his final 3 seasons with the Louisiana college football program, and he's gone 11-14 since joining the Florida Gators. That is not cutting it for a team that needs to be competitive in a loaded SEC conference. And I don't know if Brian Napier is the true leader that Florida really needs. Time will tell this upcoming college football season. They have a tough second half schedule that's going to determine his fate at Florida. I mean, I'm looking at the second half schedule. They got to play on the road at Tennessee. They got to play Kentucky and Georgia at home. They go on the road to play Texas. They play at home against LSU and Ole Miss. They go on the road to play Florida State. This gauntlet will determine his fate at Florida this upcoming college football season. Now, I'm not saying, as a Florida Gators fan, I'm not saying this is going to be the worst season. The recruiting has been pretty solid, and I don't know how this is going to go, but I feel like if Brian Napier does not do a great job and show progress of what the Florida Gators are supposed to be as an overall program, I think this is going to be his final year being with the Florida Gators. He's the number one coach on my hot seat this year. Now, second head coach is Sam Pittman, head coach for Arkansas. Now, Arkansas was an improved program and an improved roster when Sam Pittman first took over the program in 2020. They finished with 9 wins and 4 losses in Sam Pittman's first year. Then in the second season in 2021, he finished with 7 wins and 6 losses. Then in his third season, last season, the Arkansas program had 4 victories and 8 losses. Got blown up by SEC rivals of Auburn and Missouri last year in college football. So with Sam Pittman being part of one of the best conferences in the SEC conference in college football, with the likes of Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, LSU, this conference is only going to get better and better each and every single year. And the SEC conference is the reason why it's the best conference in college football today. And you don't want to get out of the mix if you're Arkansas, or if you're Sam Pittman for that matter, because if Sam Pittman has another disappointing season, a similar way if he had last year, with Arkansas going with 4 wins, 8 losses, and having blowout defeats to Auburn and Missouri, I don't think this is going to be a good year for Sam Pittman if they can't get back on track. And I do believe that he will be let go by the program of Arkansas by the end of 2024 if he does not have a winning or a successful season this year at Arkansas. He's number 2 on my list. Now, third and final coach on my list is Dave Aranda, head coach for the Baylor. Now, Dave Aranda's biggest accomplishment since being at Baylor was winning a Big 12 championship, winning the Sugar Bowl, and finishing ranked top 5 in the country in his first season at Baylor in 2021. Since then, Dave Aranda's program at Baylor has not been successful and has not reached the heights and the levels that it was at in his first year coaching Baylor at the collegiate level. Ever since then, Baylor has gone off to go 11-23 and only won 2 Big 12 games last season. That is horrible for Dave Aranda's Baylor's program. That is not a good look. And if you want my honest opinion, I think Dave Aranda is like a tongue tie. Dave Aranda, when he was hired by Baylor, I was thinking that Baylor was thinking that he could be someone similar to Matt Rhule, who took the program by storm and got them back on the map. Dave Aranda did that in his first season there in 2021. but has not been the leader that Baylor has been looking for since. And I think if he has a disappointing season this year, he's going to be out, and Baylor will be looking for a new head coach after the 2024 college football season. But but those are my 2024 college football coaches that I do believe are on the hot seat for the 2024 college football season. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off, and I see you guys on next week's episode.